Hi guys, how's it going? So just thought I'd quickly share how I load my T7 into my T5. So Volkswagen standard wheelbase van isn't particularly big inside, and the T7 Tenere 700 is a little bit on the chunky side and quite tall. So I thought I'd share how I get it in, because I've been loading it in and out of my van quite a lot. It's not rocket science, but I just thought I'd share it because it might be useful for someone. So firstly, as you can see, I've got two straps. They're just like roof rack straps going around the axle on the front wheel, around the lower triple clamp, and I just tighten that down, and that sunkers it all down a little bit. And then I take off the mirrors, and then I take off the front windscreen. So it's all pretty straightforward. And as you can see, the clearance is just about right. It really isn't too bad at all. The main issue is at the back door, which I'll show you in a minute. And then in my particular van, I've got it kind of set up for camping. So most of my tie down points have disappeared basically. So what I use the rear hinges on both sides, and then I attach it to the base of the seat at the front, and then I attach it to the fastening point on the side door. So all pretty solid points, and I just overkill and put about sort of 7 different straps on it, and it seems to do a pretty good job. And then for loading, I've got one of these Sealy ramps. I think it was about sort of £80 or something on Amazon. It seems pretty good. It seems pretty solid. So yeah, this is what I'm using to get it in and out. It comes with a strap, the ramp itself, to the spare wheel. There's a little sort of little housing for the spare wheel, so I attach it to that just to make sure it isn't going to slip out on me when I'm getting the bike out. So yeah, so as you can see, loads of straps I've got on it. I would definitely say make sure you do this strap here last, because remember, if you're hunkering down the suspension to try to lower the bike to get it in and out, when it's on the side stand, it doesn't lean over as much. So especially if you're on a slight hill, the bike can easily fall over away from you off the side stand. So make sure you do this strap up first when it comes in, and undo this one last when you're getting it out, because this is the one that holds it secure in the van. And then yeah, just tighten these straps. I don't go crazy. I just put a little bit of weight on it, and then tighten them down just a bit. It still is going to be a little bit dodgy on the clearance of the rear doors, but it just hunkers down the front of the bike just enough, so it's manageable basically. So I try to do a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other, left right, just to keep it fairly even. It's easier to do this out of the van obviously than in the van, but anyway, so this is how I get the front suspension down a little bit. And then as you can see, yeah, the only real issue is the height of the doors. It will conflict with your mounting point for the GPS. And that's a pain in the ass to take off the bike. You have to pull off quite a few bits to get that off. This is why I prefer just to hunker down the suspension, so it's not too much of a faff just to whack this windscreen back on and the mirrors back on. But as you can see, yeah, it will clip it. You can get it to clear it completely if you put a bit more weight on the bike and tighten up those front straps a bit more. But as it is, I find this fine. I just let the bike lean over towards me a little bit, just so I can tilt it just under, and then yeah, it seems to work for me. And then once it's out, obviously I just take the tension off the front straps. Like I said, it will lean on the kickstand better that way. You don't want the thing just falling over when it's sitting on the kickstand, so make sure you remember to do that quite quickly. And then it's just 4 little screws to put the windscreen back on, and then the mirrors, come on and off pretty easily. Just bear in mind that the right mirror has a reverse thread, so you need to be turn it anti-clockwise or to the left to tighten it up, and vice versa. The one on the left hand side, so for your left hand mirror, that's just a standard thread. I guess it's this way so that if you crash into something and they get whacked, it basically unscrews itself rather than tightening up and then snapping. So I guess it's a safety thing for when you clip your mirrors on something. And that's it. That's job done. So yeah, once you've got your screen on, your mirrors back on, you're ready to roll. So yeah, like I said, this is, in an ideal world, I'd have a bigger van or a smaller bike. But I find this works for me pretty well. So I just thought I've been doing it for a while now, a few months. So I thought I would share my method, because it seems to work pretty well. I've seen other people put tiny little wheels on the front, which is another way you could do it. Or, you could just take more of the bike apart, I guess, or, put it on more of an angle as you get it in. But that starts to get a bit hairy, and you need someone else around for that. You need, just take some of the weight of the bike. My way, I can just do it by myself, and it doesn't take me too long. It's a slight faff, but, it's doable, and the bike's nice and snug once it's in there. You know, in terms of it's right against the ceiling and it's right against the front of the van. So even in a minor crash, I don't think the bike would move that far with the amount of straps that I put on it. So yeah, it works for me. Anyway, I thought I'd share this, guys, because yeah, I've been like slowly honing the best way to load my T7 into my T5, and I thought I'd share. Okay, I'll catch you guys next time.